Hello, welcome to another video of Select Scale Railways and also an update video of Albion Street. In this video I'll show you what I've been up to lately with this little layout, and I hope you enjoy this video. So what I did was, first I got some evergreen scale models congregate sheet, and what I did was next I used a craft knife to cut into pieces so it can fit into the wall. Once done, the next step was I had to spray the sheets twice with some dark grey primer spray can paints, basically, so it can bring like a warehouse theme type, if you know what I'm coming from, and it looks spot on, really. Very pleased I picked this colour. And the reason why I didn't put like a warehouse back scene like the one on the other side, and because basically it didn't match what I wanted, really. And like, there was clouds in the background, if you remember the last video, and I just thought, it's not like a proper warehouse, and it's not like proper high detail as well. So I thought it might be better if I just do something like this, what I just done now. And I think it matches the layout, and it's better than I anticipated. So I'm very pleased with this result. Once the wall was glued into the layout wall, the next step was using the scale model scenery's laser cut lettering. This type is Swindon, and I painted the letters matte white and the wall mount sign holder to matte black. And the reason why I built this, or added this to the warehouse, was basically I've seen plenty of pictures of the 50s and 60s of warehouses near to the railway. And some warehouses had the company names, and others had street names. And I thought, I could add a street name to this layout. And obviously you can tell the name of this layout is on this part of the layout wall. So yeah, I'm very pleased with it, and fair play to Scale Model Scenery. They've always produced wonderful small details that can make a big difference onto your layout. So yeah, very pleased with that result. While letting the lettering sign to dry from the painting, I decided to add some industrial exhaust fans made by Scale Model Scenery. I put it together and painted them with Umbro metal coat seat colour. And as you can see, I've added one, and I've also added another two, which are here and the other right there. So yeah, it looks really part of the warehouse theme, or goods yard theme. So very pleased with that. Another feature I've also added onto this layout is Train Crash Models point lever, which I painted the point lever and I stuck it into next to the point. And as you can see, it's not bad. It looks really nice. It's just a simple little piece of kit, but you can find them on eBay, and I think, fair play, it's a bit of 3D printing, and all you have to do is just paint it yourself, and you just get your own little point, well, not point motor, but a point lever. So yeah, very pleased with that. Right, on this part of the layout, I've added some Will's double gauge grantee sets of sheets onto Albion Street. What I did was, first I measured the length I need to add and cut some sections off so the goods loading stage can fit, which, as you can see, it can, no problem whatsoever. And also along with the warehouse and the track, so as you can see, no problem whatsoever. I had to get the craft knife out and cut some parts of the sheet. Well, basically the next step was gluing the granitine sheets sets together and spray it with some light grey primer paint. Once dried, I use a sponge to apply the paint. I use the stone grey matte and earth brown matte onto the stone sheets. Basically, the reason why I use the sponge is because I think you can apply it much better and you can get a clear surface as well, rather than using a paintbrush, which could bring some unwanted marks. So I applied the two paints with a sponge. I also mixed it up and I had to let it settle for a good few hours. And once settled, obviously, I glued the sheets onto the layout, and as you can see, it fits perfectly. And yeah, I'm very, very pleased how this result turns out. And there's going to be more features to add on to these stone wall, well, not stone walls, but these stone floor grounds. So yeah, so just keep an eye out for that. Right, finally, I've done some first attempt weathering onto my buffers here. Now, I wanted to improve the Hornby buffers and try to make them realistic as possible onto my layout. So the items I used on the buffers were Umbro white matte paint, Roots Rail Models paints, Buffer Beam red, War World Scenics weathering powder, which is heavy rust, and some Springside Models LMS tail lamps. So what I did was, first I had to give the buffers a clean off because there was dust on them. And once the dust was off, I started the painting. I used the white matte paint onto the buffers, and I had to let it dry for a good hour. Did a similar thing with the red paint. I painted the top and the side of the surface on the buffers. I had to let it dry again for a good hour. Once done, the next step was using the WWS weathering powder. Got a few drops of powder onto the craft board, applied it and mixed it with some Umbro Dyke Fix material. Then weathered the buffers with a small detail brush. Had to let it dry for a good few hours. Once done, I finally added some tail lamps on top of the buffers. And as you can see, it looks really good. And it matches the layout, I think. So, not bad first attempt. So if I just show you this one here, looks really nice. And if I just go to the second one here, it's lined up. So if I just zoom in closely, yeah, very, very pleased with it. And it looks the part of the layout. So, very pleased with it. I just remembered, I've also painted this roof with some spare spray paint, which was the dark grey primer. And the reason why I did it was only one simple reason. It's because I didn't like the roof colour. It just looked too plastic. And I just thought, what's the harm of just repainting it? And so this is the result, and it turned out very well. And it looks proper decent. It looks like a proper roof. So, very pleased with that. Right, that's it for this update video. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll do a bit of a running session on this video and a bit of a longer one as well on a separate video. So yeah, so what's the next project on this layout? Well, I'm going to add some scenery onto this part, that part and that part and some other parts over there. I'm going to use some realistic mud and some static grass and some bushes and some daffodils as well. So just keep an eye out for that. But over now, very pleased how far this layout has gone. So yeah, so thanks for watching and bye for now.